Yeah. Alright, so this is your second time recording this. The first time you got confused at a certain point, and I'll tell you where you got confused. Alright, anyway. How do you do this? So the first thing you should realize is that whenever you got x squared plus y squared square root, you should immediately realize that this is a cylinder, like here. And you know that the cylinder is cut off at z equals 2. Man, those are two very straight lines. Where E is bounded by Z and Z equals 2. So it's there, okay? This just confuses me. This is what the lecturer wrote. He's not a good lecturer. Alright, so we have to find E. We have to find what distance we're spanning. And as always, whenever you're doing a triple integral and you have a circle in there, what should you think? Should you think, hey, I should do this in relation to x, y, and z? No. You should do it in regards to r, theta, and whatever your height is. So in this instance, our height is z. If the cone was parallel to x, your height would be x. Alright. So how do you figure out what r is? Well, r is your radius. So how do you figure out what the radius is? Well, you have to, let me change color. You have to go, alright, it's radius when z equals 2. It's radius at this point, right? So you have to sub 2 into your equation. And then once you're here, then you square root both sides, x squared plus y squared. And then you should stop here and you realize this is a circle with a radius of 2. So you go 0 is less than or equal to r is less than or equal to 2. Next, you need to figure out what theta is. Theta, we're just dealing with a circle. Whee. So we know that theta is just 2 pi. And lastly, now this is where you got stuck last time and you had to redo the video. You have to figure out what z is. So when you figure out what z is, you should think of the 3D graph. Let me redraw this 3D graph. That is horrible. That is woeful. Anyway, it's a cone. So we're going from the cone up to where the cone stops. And we know the cone stops at z equals 2. So we already know our upper bound is going to be z is less than 2. We already know that. And we need to know the fact that in this, oh, you haven't left enough room. Let's change the color. It should be darker. It's just the cone. It is just the cone. In many instances, your y is just going to be the equation you're given. Right? Idiot. Z2. But let me ask you something. Is this the nicest way we could write this? No. Because we know that x squared plus y squared equals, anyone, x squared plus y squared equals r squared. So we could write that as r squared. And what's the square root of r squared? R. Ooh, that's a dodgy looking R. R, still pretty dodgy. So we've just now, with everything we can do, we can now solve it. So it's going to be 2 pi to 0, 2 to 0, 2 to r of, and they're giving you this equation, x squared plus y squared. Are you going to write x squared plus y squared? You're not, because you're not an idiot, and you know that x squared plus y squared equals r squared. dz r dr d theta. Then you're going to rewrite this. So much to write. That's a 0. 2, 0. And you're going to so you're going to do a couple steps. So you're going to go r squared times r is r3. Then you're going to integrate it, so you're going to get z. And this is between 2 and r. And having done that, you're now going to get 2 pi on 0, 2 on 0. You're going to sub 2 into the z, so you're going to get 2r cubed minus 2, idiot, r4. R4 d theta. Now you're going to integrate with regards to theta. 2 pi 0 2r4 on 4 minus r5 on 5 between 2 and 0 is d theta. You're going to sub 2 into this. What is 2 to the square root? 2 to the 4. I think it's 16. 2 times 16 on 4 minus 2 to the 5 is 32. 32 on 5. And you're going to integrate this with respect... Oh, idiot. Wait, before you do that, let's just solve this. So this is 32 on 4 minus 32 on 5. What's 32 divided by 4? 8. So it's going to be 8 minus 32 on 5, which is going to make it 40 on 5 minus 32 on 5, because you just times the top and the bottom by 5. So this is going to be equal to 8 on 5, if I can do my maths correctly. Yes, I think. And then you have to integrate that with regards to theta, so you're just going to get 8 theta on 5. Then you're going to sub in 2 pi, so you're going to get 8 times 2 pi on theta, so it's going to just be 16 pi on 5. And that is the answer he got. Oh, idiot. 16 pi on 5. And that's the answer he got in the lectures.